What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, and I had a traumatic experience the other day, America. That's right, me, a law-abiding, gun-toting citizen with my license to carry. I was arrested, taken out the car, handcuffed, put in the back of a squad car while they ran on my credentials. Now, let me give you the backdrop, okay? First things first, I'm minding my own business, okay? Now, reason I'm telling y'all this story is so that people that experience this situation, that have a concealed carry permit, will know what to do and what not to do. So I'm talking to somebody via FaceTime because they wanted to know what's the best gun to have for concealed carry. So I'm inside of a parking lot of a Panera Bread. I'm showing the weapon, going through some of the features. Well, some nosy person comes to their car. I guess she was an employee of Panera Bread. But she comes to her car, and I saw her out my peripheral, so I kind of lowered the weapon because I didn't want to startle the young lady. Well, apparently she got a little whiff of the weapon. So she goes back in and she calls the man. So apparently she feels, or at least somebody at her job said that, her boyfriend was crazy. He was stalking him, and it could be him. Not to mention, it could be a scenario where I'm sitting out here on Facebook Live about to just say, everybody, I'm about to go in and kill up everybody in Panera. Just want to do it Facebook Live. So she called the cops. So when I get finished, I'm about to pull out, and here comes all these squad cars. Lights on everywhere. They jump out the car. Now, this is crucial right here. Because, see, I've identified a potential flaw when it comes down to the police and the commands that they give, whether you are a law-abiding citizen or whether you are a criminal, okay? This is what to do to not get shot versus what you can do to get yourself shot. Now, have one guy in the front with a 9mm. Get your hands up. Hands is up. Now, I'm sitting in my seatbelt, okay? Hands go up. Then a guy comes up on this window with a 9mm and a flashlight. He says, get out of the car. But I'm in my seatbelt and I got my hands up. Then a guy over here with a shotgun is pointing in this window. And he's like, roll down the window. Now, they're giving me 3 different commands. When in doubt, y'all, keep your hands up. Because, see, all it would have taken is this guy tells me to keep my hands up, this guy tells me to go for my seatbelt, and this guy tells me to get out the car, and I make a move, and next you know, blam, 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 and I'm shot. So what did I do? When in doubt, kept the hands up. I was like, I'm not doing anything until somebody come over here and have a chit chat with me. Now, what I'm not going to do is go into identity politics and start saying they were profiling me because I'm black. No, I'm not going to do that, because see, what I judge it on is after they get the true intel, how do they treat me afterwards once they find out that I am compliant? So therefore, if you remain calm, wait for instructions, make sure everybody sees exactly what you're doing. So the guy in the window came over and I said, listen, man, I'm in my seatbelt. I can't get the seatbelt off unless I unbuckle it. And he's like, all right, go ahead, reach over with your left hand. I said, now see, I'm reaching. I'm letting everybody know I'm reaching. See, fingertips. I unlocked the seatbelt. Then I said, now you want me to roll down the window? Because he wants me to stick my hands out the window. I said, now I got to reach down for the window. And I told him, I said, I'm licensed to carry. Both of my weapons are sitting on the chair over here. This guy verified it. He saw the weapons. I reached down, rolled down the window, stuck my hands out. They cuffed me, pulled me out. And then, of course, now the true assessment of how they handled the situation begins. Now, I didn't like the fact that they all were giving me different commands. That right there concerned me, because if I was not calm and would have panicked, that could have led to something horrible, where I'm going, okay, this guy told me to get out the car and I reach real quick, or I reach down for my seatbelt and, these guys just go ahead and start firing. So I get out the car and they're like, you know why we came, we pulled you over. We're going to settle this. We're going to find out what's going on. And he said about the girl that came in and was like, it's a guy out there with a gun and he's little FaceTime, he might just come in and be like, hey, everybody on Facebook, watch what I do. Now, on one end, I understand that, because we don't want people to overlook suspicious things because they don't want to be pegged for racial profiling. On the other side, sometimes you got to judge the situation, read people's body language, and mind your own business. I mean, I was a little upset that the lady didn't mind her own business, but I kind of understood to a degree. So they had to come to make sure nothing was about to go down, especially with all these mass shootings. And so now I'm seeing how they're handling me afterwards. And of course, you know, he's like, well, you know, we're going to get to the bottom of this. You said your license to carry. I said, yep. I said, my stuff is in my left pocket. He reached in, pulled it out. So, all right, we're going to put you in the back of the squad car while we work this out. Called it in. I heard the people on the radio. Now, the person I'm FaceTiming with is still on. They're still watching all this. They're listening to all of this, you know, and hearing how I'm handling it and how calm I had to be in that situation, because it could have got way out of control with 3 potentially trigger happy police officers giving me 3 different commands. So I'm in the back of the squad car, but I have my headphones on. I'm still hearing the person who's talking to me and FaceTiming. So they're all in my car and everything. So they can see this lady looking at them too. That's the funny part. So he comes, he's like, are you still doing this live? Are you recording this? I was like, no, I mean, it's live. So yeah, this person's listening and hearing you, but I'm not recording it. And so he was like, listen, I love the First Amendment. Second Amendment. He's like, I'm so glad that you people, you know, carry and got your license, you know, your concealed license. And I was like, what you mean, you people? No, I'm just kidding. But he did say, you know, I'm glad that people, I don't think he said you people, you know, in our hypersensitive, you know, society. But he was saying that he's glad that people have their concealed to carry license, and he supports that. Because I told him, I said, look, man, I said, hey, how you like this? See, this is where you start de-escalating. Now, this is the art of de-escalation versus escalation. Jim Acosta needs to learn this. De-escalation 101. When somebody's telling you to do something and they're an authority, Jim, you don't want to argue back with them and refuse to comply. See, that's when you get your credentials taken and then you want to sue the White House, okay? No. See, well, I knew when they say keep your hands up, I was like, let me do exactly what this man says. And afterwards, if something needs to be sorted out, we'll do that. But right now, I'm going to keep my hands up. So while he's talking to me, I'm in the back of the squad car, and I just say, you know what? I said, listen, man, I understand. You know, you had to make sure everything was cool, considering the situations that's going on around the U.S. I said, but I'm a big proponent of the First, Second Amendment. And then I plug. Now, this is where they start to de-escalate and they start to let their resistance down. The level of comfort and the level of confidence you have. So I start talking to them about topics that I know that they can support. I was like, listen, man, you know, I support the police and I'm glad you guys do your job. I commend your efforts. Matter of fact, I want you to check out Kevin's Corner. All right, find me on YouTube. I plug my they were like, what is it again? Kevin's Corner. I was like, yeah, check it out. Kevin's Corner. I've done some videos about the cops and, you know, supported police and all that stuff. Man, before it was over with, everybody was happy. The man leaned in. He said, listen, he said, it's perfectly legal for you to have your weapon out in your car. It's perfectly legal for you to FaceTime and show people your weapon. He said, but next time, maybe not in the Panera Bread parking lot. He said, or tint your windows a lot darker. Then I was thinking to myself, yeah, so you can pull me over for having tinted windows then, huh? But anyway, he was like, just tint the windows darker so people can't look in and they get scared and all that stuff. I said, I got you. And then that was it. He let me go. Now, that could have got out of control if, number one, I lost my cool and wasn't calm. Number two, if I immediately pulled the race card and went into, it's because I'm black. Man, see, you ego will get you killed. That's what will happen. All of the people who don't understand de-escalation and let me deal with problems or things that I feel is unjust, let me deal with that in front of the judge. This is not the moment to be up there whining about, this is unjust and he did this because... No. If something like that would have happened or I'd have felt some kind of way about what they did, I wouldn't have handled it right then. Because now the judge won't want to hear a word I got to say afterwards. So when they told you to get out the car, I heard you was popping off at the mouth and didn't want to comply, so they had to put their knee in your back. Yeah, but you don't understand, Your Honor. They was see, you lost me when you didn't comply. You know, so if you got your license to carry, make sure the first thing you do, if the cops roll up on you, is let them know I'm licensed to carry, and they will ask you, where's the weapon? Is it loaded? And you point where that weapon is at, and you go from there. All right, so God bless you. Find me on Facebook, Twitter. Check out Extreme Tees. Hit share, hit like, and we will see you next time in Kevin's Corner. If you want to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. God bless.